floating lanterns on a still river. You find the path to the river just as the light begins to change. The afternoon has been warm, the kind that settles into your shoulders and lingers. And now, as evening arrives, the air cools by degrees so gentle you barely notice the change. The path is dirt, packed firm by years of feet before yours, bordered by reeds that lean and whisper when the breeze moves through them. You walk without hurry. Ahead, the village has begun to gather. You can hear it before you see it, voices low and easy, the occasional laugh that rises and falls away again, the soft scrape of wooden sandals on stone. Strings of paper lanterns hang between the eaves of the houses nearest the water, their light not yet needed but glowing faintly anyway. Somewhere behind you, a bell rings once, then falls quiet. This is Obon. You know this much, even if you've never stood here before, the time of year when the veil between the living and the gone grows thin and kind, when families set out small fires to welcome spirits home, and feed them, and sit with them a while, and then, when the night is right, walk them gently back to wherever they need to go. Tonight is for walking them back, here, to the river. You reach the bank and the village opens up before you, lanterns and lit windows, and beyond them the wide, dark stretch of water. The river is wide here, slow-moving, its surface so calm, it holds the last color of the sky without spilling a drop of it. Mountains rise, dark and soft-edged on the far side, more felt than seen now, their outlines blurring into the coming night. A few stars are already out above the ridgeline, early. Lanterns are being prepared along the bank. Small wooden boats, no bigger than your two hands cupped together, each one holding a paper shade around a single candle, white or pale gold, some painted with soft images of lotus flowers, some left plain. An old woman, a little further down the bank, lights hers with a long match, shielding the flame with her palm out of habit rather than need, since there is no wind to speak of tonight. The little flame catches, glows, steadies. Someone, you're not sure who, only that a warm hand presses it gently into yours, offers you a lantern of your own. It's lighter than you expect. The wood is thin, almost weightless, and the paper around the candle has a faint give to it. You hold it the way you'd hold something sleeping. Beneath your fingers, you can just feel the wick, not yet lit. You find a place at the water's edge where the bank slopes smooth and easy down to the river. No rocks to navigate, no roots to catch your ankle. You crouch there. The mud is cool through the soles of your shoes, and somewhere close by, water laps against a wooden post, a small, steady sound, over and over, unhurried. If you like, think of something you're ready to let go of tonight. It doesn't have to be large or have a name you'd say out loud. Maybe it's a worry that's worn a groove into your thinking. Visited so many times the path is smoother than it should be. It could be a version of yourself you've been carrying, younger, more tired, more afraid, that doesn't need to keep walking beside you the same way it has. Or maybe it's only the weight of today, the small accumulated friction of hours that asked too much. Whatever it is, you don't have to explain it to anyone, least of all yourself, not tonight. Someone nearby strikes a match for you, or perhaps you light the candle yourself. It doesn't really matter which. The wick catches. A small flame stands up inside the paper shade, trembling once before it finds its balance, and the white paper around it glows from the inside out, warm and steady. You hold the lantern a moment longer than you need to. Then you lower it to the water. The river takes it so gently you barely feel the moment of release. One breath, it's in your palms. The next, it's settled on the surface of the river, rocking slightly, until it finds its balance. You keep your hands cupped around it for a heartbeat longer, not holding it back, just accompanying it those last few inches. And then you let go. The current is slow here, barely enough to call a current at all. Your lantern drifts out from the bank in its own time, and you watch the small flame inside it hold steady against the dark, no wind to threaten it, no current rough enough to tip it. It joins the others already adrift, dozens of them now, spreading slowly across the dark water. The reflections in the river don't quite match the lanterns themselves. They blur and lengthen, gold light smeared into long trembling lines beneath each small boat, so that it looks almost as though each lantern is twice itself. One floating, one sinking gently into the water beneath it. You watch yours drift further from the bank, smaller now, indistinguishable from any of the others except that you know, somehow, exactly which one it is. All along the bank, more lanterns join the water. A child laughs softly as her grandmother steadies her hands around the small wooden boat, helping guide it those final inches before it's the river's to carry. An old man crouches alone near the reeds, and you notice he holds his lantern for a long while before setting it down, his lips moving without sound, the way a person speaks to someone who already knows what they mean. No one here is in a hurry. The lights begin to gather and scatter and gather again as the current carries them, clustering near the bend where the water moves slightly faster, then spreading wide where the river opens into stillness. From where you crouch, the whole surface of the water seems for a moment to be made entirely of small, constant flames, each one carrying something that isn't meant to stay with it long. You sit back on your heels and watch. There's no urgency in this watching. No part of you wants to look away, but neither is there any sense that you must keep your eyes fixed in place. You can let your gaze drift along the bank, up toward the mountains, where the last color is fading from violet into something closer to ink. Then back down to the water, to the lanterns now scattered far enough that the nearest few have become indistinguishable from the stars beginning to show themselves above the ridge. Light above, light below, the river holding both. Somewhere behind you, the village murmurs on, soft and steady. Someone humming low under their breath, the distant clink of a cup set down on a wooden table, a dog's collar jingling as it trots past, unaware of all this quiet ceremony. Life going on right alongside the letting go, the way it always does. Both things happening at once here, by the same river. Your lantern is far out now, one small light among many. You don't strain to keep track of which flame is yours. It isn't necessary anymore. It has joined the slow drift of lanterns moving toward the bend, toward the dark water beyond, where the mountains finally close around the valley and the river continues on, unseen, into whatever comes next. You exhale, long and full, like you've been holding part of it all evening. The night settles fully now. Crickets begin their low, steady chorus somewhere in the reeds, threading in and out of the murmured conversations along the bank. The air smells of river water and warm wax and, faintly, of incense drifting down from somewhere near the temple steps above the village. Your knees are cool from crouching, your hands a little stiff from holding something so carefully. But none of it is reason enough to move yet. You can stay exactly here a while longer, You imagine, if you like, where the lanterns are headed. Around the bend, past the dark shapes of willow trees, trailing their branches into the shallows, out toward wherever the river widens and the names of things stop mattering quite so much. You don't need to follow them there. Some part of the letting go is trusting the current to finish what you started. The last of the light fades fully from the sky, and the lanterns, dozens of them now scattered far down the water, become the brightest things in sight, small, steady, drifting flames, doing exactly what they were made to do, moving gently on without you. You stay a little longer at the river's edge, watching the lights grow smaller, feeling lighter yourself with every one that disappears around the bend. Whatever you set down tonight, the water has it now. It doesn't need to be carried by you anymore. If you're still here with me, I think you've let something go tonight too, even if you couldn't quite name it. That's all right. It doesn't need a name to leave. Rest easy in whatever quiet this river has left you with. And if you'd like, I'll meet you back here another night for another story. Good night.